Did you know that some of the most successful digital entrepreneurs didn't start until their 50s or even their 60s? More than half of all new business owners today are over 50. Late bloomers aren't behind, they're just getting started. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Celine. I am a mom of two and nana of three, and I live in beautiful British Columbia, Canada. Back in September of 2024, I was short on retirement. I was stressed, I was overwhelmed, and I wondered if I'd ever be able to stop working. And I don't want to work until I'm 80. But then I discovered something that changed how I thought about income, freedom, and what's possible. A system called the Freedom Formula Blueprint. And in today's video, I want to share 3 powerful stories about Amie, Tim, and Wendy, who each started their digital journey later in life. Because success doesn't have an age limit. It just has a decision point. That moment when you finally say, I'm ready. And if that's, you'll find the Freedom Formula Blueprint linked right below in the description. We live in a world that glorifies early success, young millionaires, startup prodigies, overnight fame. And when you're over 50, it can make you feel invisible, like you've missed your window. But here's the truth, you haven't missed anything, because by this stage in life, you have something that younger generations don't: perspective and resilience. You've built habits of consistency and patience, and those are the exact traits that create lasting success online. Still, so many midlifers tell themselves, it's too late for me, I'm not tech savvy, I don't even know where to start. That's where our 3 late bloomers come in, because they all thought the exact same thing until they decided to start anyway. Let's start with Amie. Amie was in her 50s. She was juggling 3 jobs just to stay afloat. She was exhausted, working over 70 hours a week and still barely scraping by. She often passed her children on the way out the door. She used to joke that she worked to live but never had time to live. One night, her daughter said, "Hey, Mom, you should get on TikTok. I want to show you all my videos." So Amie let her daughter set up an account for her. At first, she just scrolled for fun, family videos, and a few late-night laughs. But one evening, she came across a video about digital marketing. It stopped her mid-scroll. The woman in the video was around her age, talking about building digital income online, working just a couple hours a day. Amie thought, there's no way that's real. But something in her gut said, what if it is? That's when she found the Freedom Formula Blueprint. She started learning step by step how to attract the right audience, automate her business, and create digital income around her lifestyle instead of her jobs. And the results came way faster than she ever imagined. In just 5 weeks, Amie went from working 70 hours a week to earning $18,000 online. 5 weeks. And what's even more inspiring, she's just getting started. Amie says she still can't believe it all began with her daughter helping her set up a TikTok account. Then there's Tim. Tim had spent 25 years in the corporate world. He worked hard, climbed the ladder, and thought he'd coast into retirement with stability. But one day, the company reorganized and his position was eliminated. Just like that. Decades of loyalty gone. He applied for job after job, but every time the answer was the same. You're overqualified, or we've decided to go in a different direction. Tim was starting to feel invisible. He needed to clear his head, so he started golfing more often. He said those quiet moments on the course were his therapy, walking the fairways, thinking about what came next. And then one night, while scrolling through YouTube, he stumbled across a video about people creating income online, even while living their lives. At first, he thought, it sounds too good to be true. But something about it caught his attention. He realized he didn't want another job. He wanted options. He purchased the Legacy Builder program, joined the community, and started learning how to build online income. He used the same skills he'd honed in corporate life, discipline, leadership, organization, and he poured them into his new digital business. He learned automation, attraction marketing, and how to build a system that worked while he golfed. And today, Tim is earning multiple six figures online with a business that runs while he lives his life, his own schedule. He turned what could have been his breaking point into his turning point. He didn't just rebuild his income, he rebuilt his freedom. And then there's Wendy. Wendy worked full-time managing an office on a ranch. She and her husband were in their mid-50s, carrying debt and realizing they were also short on retirement savings. They had worked hard their entire lives, but no matter how much they earned, it never seemed like enough to secure the future that they wanted. Wendy said she used to lie awake at night worrying, not just about debt, but what would happen if one of them couldn't work anymore. She wasn't looking for another job. She was looking for a way out of that cycle. That's when she discovered the Legacy Builder program. At first, she doubted herself, and honestly, so did her husband. He watched her try another business years earlier that failed and cost them over $10,000, and he was afraid this would be the same story all over again. But Wendy made a promise to herself this time. She wasn't giving up. She started small, followed the step-by-step training, and leaned into the community support. She learned how to use social media to share her story, how to automate her income, and how to build a business that worked around her full-time schedule. And then the results started showing up. One sale, then another sale, then another and another. And she said the best moment was seeing her husband's face when the money started rolling in every single day. And that's when he looked at her and said, "You're really onto something." Fast forward to today, Wendy is earning close to $1 million in digital income. Her debt is gone. Her stress has lifted, and Wendy has officially retired from her full-time ranch position. She says the best part isn't just the money, it's the freedom to spend more time together, spend time with the grandkids, to travel, and to finally enjoy the life that they've worked so hard for. What do all three of these stories have in common? Each of them faced a moment of truth, a point where life pushed them to the edge and said, "What now?" Amie found hers on TikTok. Tim found his walking the fairways and trying to figure out his next move. And Wendy found hers in long hours at the ranch, wondering how much longer she could keep going. They all could have let fear win, but instead they leaned into possibility, because success after 50 isn't about working harder, it's about working smarter. It's about learning digital skills that no one can ever take away from you. And that's exactly what the Freedom Formula Blueprint and the Legacy Builder program give you. A step-by-step system the community to support you, the automation tools that let your business run 24/7, even while you're living your life. This isn't about luck. It's about leverage, using your life experience to build freedom. So if you're sitting there wondering if it's too late, it's not. It's the perfect timing. You've spent decades gaining experience, wisdom, and resilience. Everything you need to succeed online. Amie, Tim, and Wendy are living proof that age doesn't limit success. It actually amplifies it, because when you finally decide to bet on yourself, everything changes. Late bloomers aren't behind. They're just blooming right on time. So whether you're still working, recently retired, or simply ready for more, this is your moment to start, to rewrite your story, to build income, freedom, and peace of mind for years ahead. If this message spoke to you, drop ready in the comments or go to the description to access the Freedom Formula Blueprint that helped these late bloomers become digital giants. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe for more real stories and strategies that help you build income, freedom, and peace of mind in retirement. Because your next chapter starts today, my friend.